So let's talk about the listing agreement. This is the OREA Form 200. It's basically the agreement between yourself as the seller and the listing brokerage, which is RE/MAX Escarpment. There's two types of listings that are possible. It can be an exclusive listing through RE/MAX Escarpment and it only goes through the RE/MAX Escarpment portal, or in 99% of the cases, it's an MLS listing that's going to hit the broader market, hit realtor.ca and whatnot. Now, the first sections, you're just going to identify who the brokerage is, who the seller is, and what the property in question we're putting up for sale. It also describes when the listing starts, when it expires, and the price that we're listing the property at. Finally, there's an acknowledgement that you're not under contract with another brokerage. Obviously, we don't want to have a situation where you've signed two different contracts. This really just is an acknowledgement that you're not under contract with anybody else. So the next section is commission. And this can sometimes confuse people. So when we talk about commission, so on the first line there, in this example, let's say we're going to list your house for 4.49% total commission. First of all, that covers all of your costs, okay, in terms of open houses, marketing materials, things like that. Those will be described in the Schedule A. But it also covers all the fees that are being paid in terms of commission to the buyer's brokerage. So you'll see that there in line 2. So for example, in this case, let's say 4.49%, and then in line 2 it says 2.5% will be paid to the buyer brokerage. You as a seller needs to know that it's still 4.9% total, 4.49% total. It's not 4.49% plus 2.5%. It's the 2.5% comes out of that first amount. That can sometimes be confusing, so we wanted to address that there. The other key item in the commission section is going to be the holdover period. So this is typically 120 days, sometimes it could be 180 days. Basically what this states is if your house is shown by us kind of during the contract period, it's basically covered for up to 120 days or 180 days, whatever the holdover period is, after the agreement expires. Beyond that section, there's some other form clauses here that you can review. They deal with things like multiple representation, what happens in the case of multiple representation. You can review those on their own. I've attached a blank version of the listing agreement to this email. Feel free to review it. If you have any questions, get in touch with me. I should also add, there's typically a Schedule A that's going to go along with this. Now, the Schedule A is really just going to outline specifically what services we're providing to you. Are we doing open houses? Are we doing photos, videos, landing pages? How are we doing our outreach? Things like that. It really just describes everything. So that'll generally come along with the listing agreement. In any case, review it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.